Hello everybody, SpiritGaming here, and in this video guys we will be taking a look at the Battle Royale mode, or you can call it Blitzkrieg or Blitz mode for driving Russia. In this video there are gonna be a lot of different topics like when does this event open, what is this event actually, what are the two modes you can play on, the rewards you get, the boxes you can open in the game, the different classes, different weapons, different gear pieces, different tips and tricks I can give you actually, my opinions on the best class and weapons. Then we have like supply chests and so on and so forth. And at the end of the video, we will be taking a look at a very funny way I actually won a game today. It was quite fun because you will see later on, I guess. Let me not tease you that much. So yeah, first things first, I will actually ask you guys to subscribe if you have not already. Like 80% of you guys are not subscribed that you watch my videos, so please do. It does help me a lot. And another thing that does help me a lot is either leave a comment or like the video if you enjoy it. Of course, you can dislike it if you don't, it's your opinion, but likes do help the video a lot. Like you guys don't understand how much they help. Okay, so without any further ado, I guess it's time to start off with the video, right? So what is this event? This event is actually a battle royale mode with 60 players in it. What a battle royale mode is basically a survival. You get placed in a map, there's a circle around you that gets smaller and smaller. If you get outside of the circle, you get a lot of damage, you take a lot of damage. And the last man surviving wins, or the last team that survives wins the game. Uh, Another very important thing to mention is in this game your original class and rating don't matter, so nothing of this matters. Like this whole screen does not matter at all. That makes this event like a fully free-to-play event, which is rare to see in this game, of course. Only if you completely free-to-play events are the daily missions, and even the Dragon Slayer is not that free-to-play friendly because pay-to-win players can always do higher than you. So that's amazing of them. You basically, how you win is, as I said, you last till the end, and the last one to uh, stay alive wins the game. While you're playing the game, you loot gear, fight people, loot supply boxes, gear drops, and you actually jump off a helicopter at the start to go to where you want. Okay, so basically that's it. Now, when does this event open? And when is it actually open? So, Blitzkrieg mode is, you can find it here. Of course, on the SAE version, it's still not open. You guys will have to wait like 2 months for this, or maybe less, depending on the developers on the SEA server. So yeah, event time every Tuesday, Thursday, and Friday. This event opens at 9 p.m. to 11:30 p.m. at night server time, and then this on Saturday and Sunday it opens on 11 a.m. to 11:30 p.m. at night. So that's amazing. You basically Saturday and Sunday you can play this event the whole game, and as I said, it's a completely free-to-play PvP event, cross-server event with fair stats, as you can see here, or you can go solo or in a team. We'll talk about it later on, but keep in mind there are a lot of bots in this game mode, so even if you have done something amazing like kill 20 people, the chances are you killed most of the bots, like I have done in a few games. So yeah, let's actually join and talk about the two modes right here. You can see, so there's the solo mode right here. Yeah, I cannot match up well with my team. Yes, I'm in a team right now. You basically get matched with 59 more players, and then there's a team mode which you can play with 2, 3, or 5 people, and then you can play solo. You can match solo in the game. If you do match solo, you will get actually a field match. Random people will join this squad, so that's kind of interesting, I guess. I don't think there's a stop feeling filter or something like that. I'm pretty sure. Maybe if you play in a team like of 2 or 3 people, yes, there will be probably. Okay, so that's basically the two game modes. In this game mode, you actually don't die at them immediately. You can, if you die first, you go down, and then the enemies have to kill you again. But you lie down and you won't be able to do anything. The only thing that you can do is run away, and your allies can revive you. But if you don't, you will die. Next up, we have the rewards. As you can see here, I have already claimed the first battle reward. In the rewards, you actually get 3 things for this one right here. 3 things of this. You get the supply chest, you get experience, and then gold. Now, what supply chest you get is actually this one right here that you can actually get with the badges. It is right here, lightning resource chest. Basically, I can actually compare it to the undersea event chest, so that's okay. How do you get this I guess badges is you get the silver badges like these ones. Lightning badge, you get them from just playing the game, and you get these ones from winning the game. Of course, you can craft this with by using 100 lightning badges, so that's okay, I guess. And yeah, that's basically it about the rewards you get, but it's actually a pretty fun mode, so I do suggest you guys to play it. Um, Now I guess let's talk about when you jump off the helicopter, what you can see. I mean, no, let's talk about the classes first, I guess. Yeah, sorry, I kinda messed up there, but let's talk about the classes first. So there are four different classes, two of which have class-specific like weapons, I guess, that get boosted by a lot. You do way more damage if you have those two weapons equipped. So first, we have the Vanguard with Unyielding ability. Immediately removes the control and then gains super armor effect within 10 seconds and damage reduction by 50%. So for 10 seconds, you get super armor and damage reduction, which is interesting and is very useful in this game mode. Then we have the Gunsmith. As you can see here, it's a Gunsmith, rapid fire, increase damage by 20% after activating the movement speed increases by 15% as well for 10 seconds. But keep this in mind, this is where the class specific weapons come in hand. If you use dual guns type weapon, the normal attack will become rapid fire, which currently improves the damage. It lasts for 10 seconds. Rapid fire basically is you basically hit like 5 or 6 times in 2 seconds, if I'm not mistaken, so you will do a lot of damage, especially for the early game. This ability, if you get the dual weapons, the dual guns, you will basically win any early game fight. Then we have the stealth attack, or with the assassin. Marks the target and rendering the magic damage taken by the target to increase by 30%. Meanwhile, enters stealth state and accelerates by 80%. Accelerate basically means increases movement speed by 80%, which lasts for 5 seconds. If Shallow Blade is used, then an active unearthed will cause 3 seconds of delay upon the target and increases crit rate by 20%, which lasts for 5 seconds. So this basically means that if you have Shallow Blade equipped as a weapon, and you actually use it, you will get this bonus as well. But one thing I don't like about this ability is that it only increases the magic damage the target is taking. And the only magic damage weapon in the game right now is the actual Shallow Blade weapon. So when it comes to this rapid fire thing right here, you can basically switch between any weapons, doesn't matter if it's magic attack or physical attack, and you still get the 20% damage buff. Over here you get it only for this weapon. Next up we have the medic. The medic actually has the healing ray ability. Uses healing ray to connect with the right side, healing both sides with 500 points of HP within 8 seconds. If the current target is not a friendly unit, then it will only restore HP for himself. So what this means is, actually first let me say this is completely wrong. You actually get 500 points every second for 8 seconds, so that is 4000 points of HP. It's kind of written wrong, I guess. And then you actually can use it by yourself. You don't have to be in a team or select a teammate or an enemy or something like that. You can actually use it. You will stop for a second when you use it, so keep that in mind. It's pretty important. But if you link to an ally in the team mode, you can actually heal both of you for 4k HP. So that's basically it about the classes. Now let's go to what happens when you jump off a helicopter. When you actually jump off a helicopter, you can open the map and see where all the places are, and you basically glide. You can't really jump off there. You basically glide the whole way down, which is kind of annoying, to be honest. And on the map, if you're playing in the solo mode, you cannot actually place waypoints, but in the team mode you can, so that's fine. And another thing to keep in mind is you can actually, when you press on the map after you have landed, you can actually auto path to somewhere. So that's pretty interesting. So by auto pathing I mean like this: you can press on the map and the game will automatically find the closest path to there. Next thing I would like to talk about is the gear chests. There are three different chests, I guess. There are the supply chest, the gear chests, and then we have the supply drops. The supply drops are legendary gears. You basically get every single drop that you open will have a few different orange pieces, whether it be gear pieces, weapons, and energy cores or something like that, depending on your luck, of course. You have 4 different rarities, including that one. So you have like green rarity of the chest, both supply and gear chest. Then you have blue purple, and then you have red, which is rare. Red is the highest rarity you can find on the map, while legendary or aka level yellow colored chests are the supply drops actually coming down from the sky, and they are timed. I'm not sure when they drop at exact time, but yeah, they do. So that's basically it about the chests. Now we have, as I said, 4 different classes, and then we have 4 different weapon rarities, and we have 5 different weapons. So I will start first with the weapon rarities, which is green, blue, purple, and orange. Green, I will write everything in the middle of the screen. Let me actually make this so I can easily, and it doesn't bother you guys. So there are 4 different weapon rarities: green, blue, purple, and orange. Green, I guess, weapons have 0 abilities and deal 5% increased damage. Then you have blue that have 1 ability and deal 10% damage increase. Then you have purple weapons which have 2 abilities and increase damage dealt by 50%. And then you have at the end orange weapons with 3 abilities. But keep in mind, for the third ability to be able to use, for you to be able to use the third ability, you need magic bullets or energy crystals. The bullets are needed for the machine gun and the dual guns, which I will show you later on, and then the energy crystals are used for every single other weapon. And then damage dealt for this orange rarity is increased by 20%. So yes, orange is the best. Next we have 5 different weapons, not including the fist attack. If we include the fist, you have 6 weapons, but the fist attack is basically when you just jump in the fight, jump in the map, I guess, and that is the first attack you get. You don't need a weapon to attack, but yeah, that's pretty much it. So for weapons we have Odachi Blade, Mito Blade, Dual Blasters, Machine Gun, and then Shallow Blades. All of those you guys probably know. Odachi and Mito are from Blade Master, Dual Blasters and Machine Gun are from Gunslinger, and Shallow Blades are from Assassin. Sadly, there is no Soul Dancer weapon. Sad face. But that doesn't really matter because the mode is still fun. Next up, we have 3 different reserve HP rarities and 2 different healing supply rarities. So the reserve HP rarities are green, blue, and purple. Green ones are apples and donuts, which increase 500 store HP. Blue ones are chips, Taylor chips I think they were named, that give you 1000 store HP. And then we have the purple, which is the dark chocolate, that increases 2000 stored HP. Next up we have the 2 different healing supply rarities, which is the energy drink, which is blue rarity, and it increases your HP by 1000. Of course, it heals your HP 1000. And then the purple one, which is the first aid kit, which actually increases or heals you by 7000 HP, which is amazing. Next up we have 4 different gear rarities, which are green, blue, purple, and orange again. We have 3 different gear pieces, which is the head piece, cloth piece, and necklace piece. Now this is why I did not put the actual percentages, because you don't have enough info if they are different. So for the weapons they're always 5%, 10%, 15%, and 20%, while I have seen some different stats on head, on the necklace especially, not on the head and clothes, on the necklace only. So for the head, most of the time it's reduced damage taken. For the clothes, it's again reduced damage taken. And then for the necklace, I have seen hit rate increase and crit rate increase. So that is why I did not put the exact stats right here. And then we actually have different substats for both weapons and necklaces. For example, you can get damage reduction, get crit rate, crit damage, dodge rate, hit rate, and so on and so forth. You get a lot of random stuff. And of course, then we have the different power-ups in the game, which I surely won't talk about because there are so many. There are, I think, 4 different rarities there as well. You can basically have immunity, you can freeze someone, you can lay traps down, and way too many different things. You can reveal someone from invisibility, and so on and so forth. So those power-ups make the game quite interesting. And as I said, for the map we have auto-petting, and to be honest, now I will talk about my opinion on what best class is and a combination between the weapons and the class itself. So my opinion on the best weapon is the machine gun and the Mito blade, but then my favorite class and my probably most OP class is the gunsmith, and then instead of the metal blade you would actually want dual blasters combined with the machine gun. Why the dual blasters? Because they do a lot of damage. Although, as I said, I do enjoy Metal Blade as well, and the Infernal Beauty, the third skill we get, is actually gonna do half of someone's HP. But then we have the machine gun. If you get stunned, you're basically dead. So be careful of that, because the machine gun is actually OP and it's super broken. Even when this mode started, everyone started immediately talking bad about the emote because the machine gun was too OP, which it is. Okay, it is. And next up, we will have some tips and tricks, guys. So first tips and trick is when you land, open a gearbox first, not a supply box, but a gearbox, okay? Because supply boxes don't give you any weapons that you can use. They only give you like reserved HP and HP healing stuff, maybe some power-ups as well. Well, the gearboxes definitely will give you at least one weapon, okay? At least one weapon, which is pretty important at the start. Because if let's say two of you start at the same exact time, two enemies of course, and both of them go for the supply chest and you go for the gear chest, you will actually win the fight. You can kill both of them actually. So that's pretty interesting to know. Next tips and tricks I would say is the weapons actually don't stack. You can use both of the same weapons. Not really the rarity. The rarity doesn't matter at all. If you can use two exact same weapons as well, but it's basically this applies to every single weapon, whether it be green, a combination with purple one, it's still gonna be the same. Why? Because the actual abilities cooldowns are actually shared. So let's say if I had two metal blades, one of them was orange and one of them was blue. If I use my first ability right here, both of them will have the same exact cooldown, and both of those abilities will go on cooldown as well. So that's pretty good to know. Next tips and trick I would say is how to check if someone is actually bot. I don't know if you heard me, but at the beginning of the video I said there are a lot of bots. Because there are a lot of bots, usually what I try to do is go near someone, and if it's a bot, he will immediately use his ability, his class ability. So that's pretty important to know. And then if you're assassin, you can easily check by getting his target, like him starting to attack you, and go invisibility, and if he just continues to go in the same direction and loses interest in you, then he is definitely a bot. So yeah, that's basically it about this video, guys. Now I will actually show you the funniest way that I won. But before I do that, like the video if you enjoyed it, subscribe for more Dragon Roger content, and now let me actually talk you in about how I won this game. You will probably start seeing it right now. So the gameplay starts off because at first I joined the game. I joined the game just to get some info on some abilities and stats and so on and so forth. I basically ended up being AFK most of the game. As you can see there, I was AFK for around 5 to 10 minutes, and I was pretty lucky to find two people fighting each other, and one of which was running away, the other was chasing him, and then both of them went to the red zone. The one with full HP actually died from the red zone, and the other one came to me, which had like 10% of his HP left. Both of them, imagine, both of them had like very good gear, orange gear, weapons, and so on and so forth. And then when the 10% HP guy came to me, he did not see me. I killed him, got all his weapons and gear, and went to the other guy that died in the red zone. I knew the exact spot where he died. I went there, and then I basically won because I had OP gear. Okay, and I also forgot to mention about the red zone. Yes, there are red zones like in PUBG and Call of Duty Mobile or in any other Battle Royale mode. Yeah, guys, thank you so much for watching and enjoy the clip, I guess. Bye bye.
Come and fly away with me. 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 they're sound asleep. Something's gonna bring the change. Journeys we are meant to take. Something at the edge of space.